Chinese Adventure. It was Gran's birthday, so she had come to stay. The children gave Gran a present. "Happy birthday," they said. "Thank you," said Gran. Dad and Mom gave Gran a present. "It's a funny shape," said Gran. "I can't think what it can be." The children laughed. "We can," said Keeper. Gran was pleased with the present. It was a Chinese vase. "I hope you like it," said Mom. "It's beautiful," said Gran. "Thank you." "Put it in a safe place," said Dad. Gran had a surprise for everyone. She had a box of fireworks. She wanted a firework party. "But I thought fireworks were dangerous," said Biff. "Fireworks are dangerous," said Gran. "So children mustn't play with them." Mom and Gran got the fireworks ready. They were very careful. The children stayed out of the way. Nadim and Anina came to the party. Everyone was excited. Gran let off a big firework. "Oh!" said everyone. "What a beautiful firework," said Chip. Dogs don't like fireworks, so Floppy stayed inside the house. Suddenly, a firework made a loud bang. "I don't like this," thought Floppy. So he hid under a little table. It was time to have tea. Mom had a surprise for Gran. She had a birthday cake with lots of candles. "Happy birthday, Gran," said everyone. Biff went into the front room to get her camera. She saw Gran's vase on the floor. The vase was broken. "Oh no," said Biff. The children went to Biff's room. Biff showed them the broken vase. "Gran will be upset," said Chip. "And so will Mom and Dad. I hope we can mend it," said Biff. Suddenly the key began to glow. The magic took the children into a new adventure. "Oh no," said Biff. "I wanted to put the vase back downstairs." The magic took the children back in time. It took them to China long ago. Nadim knew where they were. "We are in the Forbidden City," he said. "Why is it called that?" asked Chip. "The Emperor lives here," said Nadim. "He lives here with his family. Other people are not allowed to come here. That is why it is called the Forbidden City." There was a fierce dog in the Forbidden City. It didn't like Floppy. The fierce dog growled and barked, but Floppy didn't want to fight. "Stop it!" shouted Chip. Some woman ran up and grabbed the dogs. The children were worried. "Oh, help!" said Chip. The woman took the children and Floppy to the Emperor. "What are you doing in the Forbidden City?" he shouted. "People are not allowed in here." The Emperor called his soldiers. "Put them in prison," he shouted. "That will teach them to come to the Forbidden City." "I think we have upset him," said Biff. The Emperor had two children. They were twins and they looked exactly the same. The twins spoke to the Emperor. One of them pointed to the children. The twins wanted to play with Keeper. "I will put you in prison tomorrow," said the Emperor. "Today you can play with the twins." "Hooray!" said the twins. The twins had never played with other children. They didn't know how to play football. One of the twins kicked Nadim. "Ow!" said Nadim. That was my leg! Suddenly the ball rolled away and fell down a grating. Oh no, said the twins. Now the ball is lost. Both the twins began to cry. Biff and Chip pulled up the grating. Nadim could see some steps. He began to go down them. Hurry up, said Biff. We don't want the Emperor to put us in prison. Nadim went into a big cellar. It was full of cobwebs and dust. Nadim called the others. Look at these giant vases, he said. They look like Gran's vase. Some people came into the cellar. They were the Emperor's servants. They didn't like the Emperor. They had barrels of gunpowder because they wanted to blow up the palace. The children were frightened. They hid inside the vases. The people didn't see them. We will come back and blow up the palace tonight, said the man. The children ran to the Emperor. They told him about the gunpowder under the palace. Some people wanted to blow up the palace tonight, they said. That night, the people came back. The Emperor's soldiers were waiting. The Emperor was pleased with the children. I won't put you in prison now, he said. The Emperor had a big firework party. There were lots and lots of fireworks. They lit up the sky. Everyone gasped when the fireworks went off. Biff thought of Gran. I wish she was here, she thought. Gran would love all these fireworks. She'd love this adventure. The Emperor wanted to give the children a present. Biff had a good idea. She asked for one of the big vases. Suddenly, the magic key began to glow. The magic took the children home. It took the giant vase too. But now, the vase was quite small. It looks exactly the same as Gran's vase, said Chip. The children looked at the vases. Oh no, said Biff. They aren't quite the same after all. The new vase has Chinese writing on it. Do you think Gran will notice? Roman Adventure. Biff and Chip were doing a project on the Romans. The project was for Mrs. May. Biff made a chariot and Chip drew a picture. Mom and Dad looked at the project. The Romans are interesting, said Biff. Chip showed Mom his picture. It was a picture of a Roman chariot. The chariot was pulled by 4 horses. Biff showed Dad the model. The Romans had chariot races, said Biff. The races were dangerous. A chariot was so heavy. It needed 4 horses to pull it. Mom and Dad played a joke on Biff and Chip. They dressed up as Romans. It's time for supper, called Dad. Keeper had some pizza and Mom had some grapes. This is a Roman supper, said Mom. Romans didn't have pizzas, laughed Biff. How do you know? Asked Mom. Biff and Chip went to Biff's room. Biff wanted to take the chariot to school, but she still had to paint it. Chip was good at painting, so he helped Biff. Suddenly, the magic key began to glow. The magic took Biff and Chip on a new adventure. Oh no, said Biff. I'm still painting the model chariot. The magic took the children back to Roman times. It took them to Rome. Biff and Chip saw a girl. She was playing in the street. The girl looked at Biff's model. It's a good model, she said, but it doesn't look quite right. We've never seen a real chariot, said Biff. The Roman girl was called Diana. She had a brother called Mark. He was a chariot driver. Mark looked at Biff's model chariot. I can show you a real chariot, he said. Mark opened some big doors. Inside was a real chariot. It was like Biff's model, but it was very big. Wow, said Biff. Mark let Biff go on the chariot. Biff pretended she was a chariot driver. She pretended she was in a race. I wish I could be a chariot driver, said Biff. Mark laughed at Biff. You have to be strong to race chariot, he said. I'm in a race today. Come and watch it. Everyone was hungry, so Diana took the children home. We can have some bread, she said. My father is a baker. He makes the best bread in Rome. Everyone looked at the bread, but something was wrong. The bread didn't look right. It was flat. It didn't look like bread at all. Diana's father made some more bread. He baked it in the oven, but it was flat too. This is bad, said Diana's father. Nobody will buy bread like this. Chip looked at the flat bread. He had a good idea. We can make pizzas, he said. What are pizzas? Asked Diana. We don't know what pizzas are. Chip told Diana's mother how to make pizzas. Everyone helped. Diana's mother cooked the pizzas in the big oven. The pizzas looked good. I hope you like them, said Chip. Everyone likes pizzas, said Biff. They smell good, said Diana's mother. The pizzas tasted good too. Diana's father was pleased. Now we can sell them, he said. We can sell lots and lots. What a good job! The bread was flat. They went outside to sell the pizzas, but there was nobody in the street. There was nobody to buy the pizzas. Where is everyone? Asked Biff. Everyone had gone to the chariot races. Diana's father was upset. He looked at the pizzas. All that work for nothing, he said. How can we sell pizzas when everyone is at the chariot races? Diana had an idea. She put some pizzas in a basket. Come on, she called. If everyone is at the chariot races, we can sell the pizzas there. They took the pizzas to the chariot races. Come and buy a pizza, called Diana. But nobody bought the pizzas. Everyone was looking at the races. The children saw Mark, so they gave him one of the pizzas. These pizzas are good, said Mark. Biff looked at the chariot and she had a good idea. The children had a banner. It was about the pizzas. Mark put it on his chariot. The people laughed when they saw the banner. Why has Mark put a banner on his chariot? People asked. And what are pizzas? The race began and everyone cheered when Mark came first. The people ran to buy the pizzas. These pizzas are good, they said. What a good idea, put a banner on a chariot. Just then, some soldiers grabbed the family and the children. You must stop selling pizzas, they said. The emperor wants to see you. Come with us. The emperor was angry. This has got to stop, he said. Who put this banner on the chariot? And what are pizzas? Would you like to try one? Asked Diana. They taste good, said the emperor. You can deliver some to the palace, but I don't want banners on the chariot, so take your banner away. Just then, the magic key glowed. Chip looked at the little banner. He put it on Biff's chariot. The emperor didn't like banners on chariots, he said. I wonder what Mrs. May will think. The Jigsaw Puzzle. It was raining. The children were fed up. Biff and Nina were bored, and Chip was in the bad mood. He wanted to play with the frisbee. Mom had an idea. She had a new jigsaw puzzle. She gave it to the children. "You can do this, Jigsaw," she said. "It's a good one." Everyone looked at the jigsaw. It was a picture of soldiers and a boy. "The soldiers are asking the boy a question," said Mom. "They wanted to know where his father is." The jigsaw puzzle had lots of pieces. The children liked the jigsaw, but it was hard to do. Soon, Chip got bored with it. He began to play with the frisbee. In the end, everyone got bored. The magic key began to glow. The magic took the children into a new adventure. The magic took the children to a time long ago. It took them to a big house. Some children were playing with their mother and father. Keeper looked at the children. "What funny clothes they are wearing," he said. "They look like the children in the picture on the jigsaw," said Nina. Keeper spoke to the girl and boy. "Hello," he said. "My name is Keeper. This is Biff, Chip, and Nina." "What funny names," said the girl. "And what funny clothes you are wearing." "What are your names?" asked Chip. "My name is Jane," said girl. "My name is Edmund," said the boy. "And my father is very important." "We don't mind," said Keeper. Edmund had never seen a frisbee before. "Why have you got a plate?" he asked. "It's not a plate," said Keeper. "It's a frisbee." Everyone played with it. Suddenly there was a shout. A man ran toward Edmund's father. "Quickly, you must hide," he said. "Get inside the house. The soldiers are coming." Edmund's father ran inside. "Quickly," shouted Edmund. "We must help my father to hide. The soldiers mustn't find him." Everyone ran into the house. The soldiers came to the house. They knocked on the door. "Let us in," they shouted. "Open the door, or we will smash it down." Everyone ran to the library. The library had a secret room. The room was behind a bookcase. Edmund's father hid in the secret room. "Good luck, father," said Edmund. Edmund's mother pushed the bookcase back. "Don't tell the soldiers about the secret room," said Jane. "They will kill my father if they find him." The soldiers ran into the house. They looked for Edmund's father. "Tell us where he is," they shouted. The children were frightened, but they didn't say anything. The soldiers looked everywhere, but they couldn't find Edmund's father. One of the soldiers found a sword. "His sword is here," he said. "So he must be here somewhere." Soldiers took everyone into a room. Some men sat at a big table. They looked at the children. One of them looked at Keeper. "Come here, little boy," he said. "Where is your father?" asked the man. Keeper was frightened, but he didn't say anything. None of the children said anything. The important man was angry. "Your father is hiding," they shouted. "Tell us where he is. If he is hiding in this house, we will soon find him." Nobody said anything, so the soldiers began to pull up the floor. They tapped on the walls. Edmund's mom was frightened. "They may find him," she said. Edmund and Jane were frightened. They wanted to help their father. Suddenly, Chip had an idea. "Maybe your father could escape if he dressed up as a woman," he said. Biff and Nina had an idea too. Biff threw the frisbee at the soldier. The soldier laughed. He had never seen a frisbee before. Come and look at this, he shouted. The soldiers wanted to rest, so they stopped looking for Edmund's father. They all went outside and played with the frisbee. Soon everyone was laughing. The soldiers liked the frisbee. They played with it for a long time. Suddenly an old woman came up. She looked very poor. She wanted some money. The soldiers stopped playing with the frisbee. They shouted at the old woman. "Go away!" they shouted. "We don't have any money." Suddenly one of the soldiers looked at the house. He saw someone running away. "Look! Over there!" he shouted. "Someone's running away!" The soldiers chased the woman. "It's not a woman, it's a man!" they shouted. "It must be the man we want! Don't let him get away!" The soldiers caught the man and took him back to the house. "Oh no," said Nina. "They've caught Edmund's father. Our idea didn't work." The soldiers thought they had caught Edmund's father, but it was a trick. "Ah," said the soldiers. "Hooray," said the children. The children found some old clothes, so Edmund's father was the old woman, said Anina. "What a good trick," laughed everyone. Suddenly the magic key began to glow. The jigsaw puzzle was finished. Mom looked at something in the picture. "That's funny," she said. "That looks like a frisbee." "It must be a plate," said Chip.